Hey everyone, today we're talking about quite possibly the cutest chicken you could add to your flock. And when I say adorable, I mean these things are adorable. They are feathers on top of feathers, and we're going to go into our experiences with them. Today we're talking bantams and our experiences with our bantams. First, we'll get started with quite possibly the cutest bantam you could ever have in your flock, the Pekin. These guys originate in China and are the sweetest, cutest little things. And if you're not a chicken lover, these guys will make you a chicken lover. They are just the sweetest little things and so adorable. I swear if you stuck a plunger on their back, they're just a living feather duster. Anyway, they did originate in China. These are the origin breed for bantams. There is no larger version of these Pekins. They do resemble the Cochins. However, the Cochins have larger versions that were bred down with this breed to create the Bantam version of them. These guys are the original Bantam chickens. So it's quite interesting. We learned about that when we were researching on these breeds. They are so quiet and sweet and cuddly. Even their voices sound like a muffled version of a chicken. And yeah, just so sweet. And they eat a lot less. So you get more bang for your buck. Their eggs, which I was quite surprised to learn from our bantams, are almost the same size as a Brahma egg. And it's amazing that these little birds can even make that big of an egg, but you're not losing too much on your egg size by choosing these smaller breeds, because they eat less. You're getting more egg for less money. So that is a great benefit to keeping them around, and because they're so quiet and easy to keep in confined spaces, they do really well. They'd be a great choice for a backyard chicken. With smaller runs and everything. The only downside to that would be predators that you may not consider to be predators, like cats and dogs, will be a bit of an issue. So you'll want to make sure you have a nice safe space for them if you're keeping them in the backyard so the neighbors' cats don't mistake them for a wild bird, because they are quite the same size. You will see that they are smaller than your large breed. There's only one other breed smaller than them, which we don't keep, so I can't show you a comparison on them. But their roosters are even a lot easier to keep because of their calm nature and their quietness. 2-pound rooster versus a 15-pound rooster. That's common sense tells you they're a lot easier to manage than a 15-pound rooster. So yeah, if you're wanting to keep roosters around, you might want to consider, because they'd make a great addition. So this is one of our little roosters, and you'll see the size difference between them and a full-size rooster. He is full-grown, maybe weighs a couple of pounds, if that, and super sweet. Just like any rooster, when they come into to maturity, they will show some signs of aggression. They might fight amongst another rooster or with some of your hens, but it's just a natural thing. And as they mature, they calm back down and stuff. But super sweet. And as you can see, head to toe feathers, and yeah, just the cutest things. We have had success with them around the larger breeds, but you may want to consider, if you're going to add these to your flock, the personality characteristics of the larger breeds you have. We keep the Brahmas and some of the other calmer breeds. We haven't had a lot of issues, but if you have aggressive chickens, you may want to be careful, especially larger roosters. The smaller birds are not going to do well with a larger rooster. They will harm your smaller hens, and they will attack smaller roosters. So you may want to take those things into consideration if you're thinking about picking these guys up. So this guy, he is a Bantam Cochin, which you can see is very similar to the Pekin. They were created from the Pekins, and he's the male floor. We love having them, and we've had success with the larger birds. So don't be shied away if you're thinking they're not going to be a good addition. Just take those other things into consideration about your roosters and whether or not you have aggressive hens. And this is our first Bantam that we had, Pips. She's what they call a booted bantam. She looks very similar to the Milfleurs and has a very similar Milfleur pattern, but she's just called a Bootem bantam. And she plays aunties to the other ones that we've just added to the thing. So she's been really good. She loves spending time with them, and I think she loves having some other birds around that are her size too. But really great breed, folks. I was never really a chicken person. We kept them for practicality, just having some eggs and a meat source. And I never thought I would get attached to them in any way. But when you start keeping these little guys, and their personalities are just so different, and you can find yourself becoming a chicken person real quick if you're keeping these little guys around. That's for sure. Okay, I don't have any cons necessarily for this breed, but I will share a thing that you do have to take into consideration. When I say feathers on feathers, I mean it. Right? Look at these feet, folks. Feathers on feathers. But that makes them very susceptible to foot rot. So if you're in really wet conditions or they don't have dry conditions, that might be something you're going to have to take into consideration. And mites are also an issue with these little feathered guys. So you're always going to want to be checking for that. It's not really a con for us. We interact with our birds quite often, so we're always looking for those things and trying to stay out in front of any potential issues. No real cons. I mean, they're so cute that you can't find a con about them. Really, unless you've just got a flock full of giant birds that you're worried about putting them in. Definitely consider adding these guys to your flock. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching, and thanks again to all our subscribers who have subscribed. And if you haven't, please don't hesitate to hit the button if you want to see more of our videos. That's all it will do, is pop those videos up in your feed. It won't ask you for anything, no obligations whatsoever. So we do appreciate the support from all the other people who have subscribed, and we hope that we can continue to make good content for you guys. And we are hoping to make more videos with these adorable little bantams. So yeah, hit subscribe and stick around, and we'll keep sharing.